Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody? How is this lunar eclipse? Oh, or the eclipse season, actually. How's the eclipse season treating you? It's a big upheaval energy, and it is designed to get us into a space where we're manifesting the best and highest version of ourselves as we ascend and learn and grow. And on our twin flame journey, we know that this is what it's all about, right? Is our twin flame has come along to teach us all those incredible lessons that we're so grateful for, to get us into the highest version of ourselves and anchor this beautiful 5D energy that is now starting to really infiltrate the planet. What's been an interesting phenomena in this, just as I shuffle, going to the recent festivals that I've been to, is I understood the term twin flames were here to anchor higher consciousness energy and 5D energy and learn through love and all those wonderful things that we talk about. And going to these festivals, there's this new phenomena that I'm coming up against. And the only way I want to describe it is walking into people who are, they've been awake in spiritual energy for a long time, but they're not anchored in 5D energy, and there's a sort of a spiritual arrogance that is arising that's making spiritual ideas kind of elitist. And if you're awake and aware that it's okay to somewhat quote unquote reject people who aren't. And I've had some challenging interactions with people who are in an awakening journey. That is, that I've taken clients that other people are just rejecting. They're going, no, no, you've got to say no to these people and move them on, and like, where are they going to get help if we don't help them? So how I'm seeing the anchoring energy of the twin flame mission at the moment is really rising up against spiritual arrogance. That's one, where we think we're too good to help the next person. I think I talked about that in the last reading, that I was getting this big push is to help who is ever in front of you, and that certainly played out in the last little bit over that with new clients that I've interacted with who really needed some help and just couldn't seem to find it, were being rejected as not clean enough or pure enough to to sit with some spiritual practitioners. And it really fathoms me. I'm like going, isn't that what we're here to do, is to help the people who are lost and anchor the energy of love and Christ consciousness? So that's been a bit of a challenge. And but I think this eclipse window is upheaving a lot of energies that go, well, where is our next challenge? Where is our next front? And yes, always our twin flame journeys continue with their ups, downs, and in betweens. But honestly, if the focus around anchoring 5D right now has never been more important. And it's not just against the system of things, which a lot of people, have ire against, and they want to rage against the system. But we have to also be very, very careful not to fall into spiritual arrogance. We want to anchor 5D and not be arrogant about it. With that in mind, let's have a look how energies are playing out against the twin flame collective currently with regards to divine feminine, divine masculine, and how they are interacting. Let's have a look. Okay, divine feminine, what have we got? Eight of Cups comes out as the push from the universe. The Fool is how we're currently showing up. We've got the High Priestess in the soul space. We've got the King of Cups in the challenge. We've got the Temperance card as the advice from Spirit, and the likely outcome is the Star. Honestly, this is just what I was talking about. I love how tarot does that. The World, Two of Swords, the Hangman, the Tower, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So what have we got here? Let's have a look at these layers of energy. Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and the Tower. honestly, see this energy here. I often talk about Six of Pentacles as being like an energy of pennies from heaven, right? This is divine inspiration raining down. Now, traditionally in tarot, this is the card of being charitable, right? Of wanting to give. And Spirit gives to us as the divine feminine. And Spirit is giving us teachings and downloads and opening up to higher consciousness ideals via the process of a twin flame journey, right? And here we've got the energy of the Four of Swords. And you can see this person sort of laying down here, and these swords are sort of over their head. Like, this is the energy of someone in the traditional tarot. I'm leaning back there, is someone who's been to war and is coming back and trying to heal, right? They're trying to move through challenging things in order to feel good and to move into higher orders of consciousness. Spirit says, I'll give you everything you need, divine feminine. I will give you everything you need to heal, and I will knock down one system of things in favor of raising up another. This was the energy that I was talking about when in that lead up. I was this feeling like we want to rage against the system, and that we want to rage against the I don't know, the oppression, and so many people are feeling oppression on so many levels, and our job as divine feminine energy is to anchor the 5D component, that loving healing component, as people go through, and as we all go through these tower moments. I'm seeing this tower as less being a personal tower and being more a systemic tower, because we're moving much more into unity conscious now. So we've got to start to shift our thinking that way as a collective, going, how is this energy impacting me and impacting the collective, impacting people that are moving around me? So right now I feel like divine feminine is getting everything they need from spirit, right? To me, this is pennies from heaven, or divine blessings coming out on divine feminine in order to affect a healing of some description. Whatever war, whatever battle that you've been through, whatever challenge that you've been through in life, Spirit is asking you to move through the processes of healing in order to manage a tower event that is upon either us or you, someone you know. Like, this is having the strength and the ability to manage the tower event. See, look, here comes the world. And again, look, the tower on the world. I feel like this is a bigger energy than just you and me and our twin flames, right? This is us anchoring in this 5D energy. Here we've got the energy of the hangman. So right now you could be in a bit of a lull of energy. I know that I am. It's like spending more time in contemplation or meditation, or really deeply reflecting on the teachings of the journey. And one of the, like I said in the lead up, one of the big reflections that I had was an idea around spiritual arrogance. And yes, we're all sort of asking questions of the bigger picture of how the world is moving into this 5D idea, and what is it that twin flames are meant to do to anchor it. And here we're going to have these polarizing voices. Like, quite literally, I've had people come to me telling me that I shouldn't be receiving clients. And it's not just one person. I've had this coming as it's like a plethora of voices going, next time someone like that shows up, you should tell them to go away, right? I've had clients, more than one, who've come to me looking for reading and healing, and they've been very attracted to, there's other readers to choose from. Like, imagine that it's a festival or an expo kind of setup, and like, you've got multiple readers to choose from, and they're coming to you going, I've come to you because, and essentially their reading is like, their energy is they're feeling so dark, so twisted, so bothered, so hurt, even to the point where they feel like they're being, like having demonic attacks in circumstances, and they're coming here saying, I need your help. And this, as a healer and a higher consciousness operator, it should be a natural response to say to that person, I'll help you. I'll help you. Let's unpack it. Let's work with it. Christ consciousness opens our heart to the most needy, right? But what's coming at me is this opposing voice, this voice that's saying, you should turn that client away. We don't want to have those kinds of energies. You don't want to be working with them. And I'm like, why? They're the ones who need it the most, right? If we're here anchoring 5D energy down to the earth plane, we are going to have this battle between what's good and what's right and what's challenging and negative, and we've got to be able to discern those differences and move forward and help where we can, right? So this time of contemplation, like Hangman, is a deliberate time of contemplation. And this is saying, what are you contemplating? I've got opposing ideas and I need to trust my instinct, right? I need to trust what Spirit is telling me on how I'm meant to impact with my mission on the world. Right? This is a very important time for twin flames to understand who they are and what they're meant to be doing. Now, the push from the universe, look at this, the Eight of Cups. Again, this card's been coming out a lot for people. And here on the side of the Jenny, I've got what you would consider an ascension staircase. Behind here is the sun, or that's where the blessing is. And here is all of the struggles that you've got to move past to get to your blessing. Now, the push from the universe on divine feminine right now is, right, I need you to grow again. I need you to evolve your spirit, evolve your character. We don't know what's in these cups. We don't know what lesson Spirit is going to put us through at any given time, and these lessons will be completely irrelevant to where you are in your twin flame journey. So whether you're in union or separation, this is irrelevant, right? So this is not going to be a reading where I'm just going to say, your twin flame is stuck with their partner and this is what you do, you've got to get them back. No, what we're focusing on is your independent journey as a divine feminine. We'll look at divine masculine energy and we'll have a look at what connections can play out, but where the focus really needs to be for divine feminine right now is going, what is it in your ascension journey is being put upon you now? Now, the eclipse energy, there's something about the way this eclipse moves that is harking back to October last year. So if you've got a repeat energy coming around from October last year, it's worth a good look. So whatever's in these cups, it might not just be that energy. It could be, things from your childhood. It could be, any number of different things that you have to look at and heal and move through. But Spirit is going, your progress will stop if you don't address it, right? The journey that they want you to take right now is one into higher consciousness. And what is higher consciousness? Consciousness itself is where spirit meets dense matter, right? So you're dense matter, and we're talking about where spirit meets you, and then you have consciousness. Higher consciousness is that broader awareness of it. So spirit is going, right, spirit met dense matter and it was happy living at this level for a while. Now we want you to ascend and grow. How am I going to get you there? I need you to face some of the stories that you are holding as a truth in your autopilot thinking, right? We need to get into that subconscious thinking and find out what needs to move, shift, grow, ascend, evolve in order to get you into the highest version of your blessing. Now look how you're showing up. You're saying, yes, Spirit, I'll do it. Show me what to do. The energy of the Fool is fantastic for us right now, because what we're doing is we're taking leaps of faith and we're following our heart. We're moving in the direction that Spirit is taking us. We're going, yes, Spirit, take the wheel. And this path, see how it moves along the edge of a cliff, right? And this Fool can't see where it's going. Oh, that's the second one that says you can't actually see. Look, because we had, see that? Two of Swords under there, which is saying that we're coming up against, polarity ideas, like a devil and an angel in your shoulder. Now the Fool here is going, okay, fair enough. Because I don't understand what's at the bottom of this, I'm going to trust you, Spirit. You can drive, and I'll just keep taking steps because I know that you won't walk me off the cliff. I know that you're going to ascend me to where I need to go. So this is an energy of leap of faith for divine feminine, and it might not feel that every process that the divine wants to put you through It might not feel good to go there. It might feel challenging. There might be some pain attached. There might be some frustration attached. But you're going, I'm up for it. I'm good. I'm ready for the next part of the journey. Just spirit, you walk my feet. I'm walking with you. Now, High Priestess moves into the soul space, which is fantastic. Again, when you are like this, right? The High Priestess is the gatekeeper. Like, you're showing up trusting spirit to walk you on the path, and the high priestess is going, I'm the one at the gate letting you have all the information. I'm bringing the 5D down to the 3D, and I need you to be the one to anchor it and walk in it and follow what the divine has to say. Right? So the high priestess is the gatekeeper of this information, and it's in the soul space right now. So the more that you listen to your soul song and you get out of overthinking, and when I mean overthinking, it's like stalking on Facebook what your twin flame's doing, wondering whether they're going to come back, who are they seeing, what do they do, like, what do they think about me, all of that overthinking that takes place, that takes you off the journey that's supposed to be leading you to ascension, right? And it's easy to get distracted. Look at this in the challenge space. The King of Cups moves into the challenge position. Now, the King of Cups is it's a masculine energy, but around a very feminine element, right? So it dances both polarities. It's like, I want to take action about all of these things that I'm feeling, but what do I actually do? He kind of lumbers with decisions, and when that moves into the challenge position, it's going to be even more of a burden to bear to go, I'm not actually making decisions for myself right now. I'm just following my feet, and the choices that are in front of me don't always necessarily feel good, and the things I'm being asked to do don't always necessarily feel good, but I'm going to do it. And spirit goes, that's how you're going to keep the balance in this process, right? Their advice to you is temperance. So it's balancing out heart and mind. It's going, your mind does have a role to play, but it's not wanting, like right now, it doesn't want to be the driver. It wants spirit to lead, but we want to have that evolve in a healthy way. We don't want to, not that you will, like, you're not going to walk off a cliff when you trust spirit. What we want is this healthy momentum between masculine and feminine energies, right? So it's taking action around the soul fruit, if I can put it that way. That's where I see the balance point, right? It's taking action around what the high priestess is bringing down to you. And now look at the likely outcome, right? It puts you in the spotlight. I want to again lock this down into a focused position. Now, you have been put, if you are truly a twin flame here on the, you're here for mission. And this is the energy that comes forward with the likely outcome. When you do this learning, this healing, this growing, there's a platform that's rising up that's saying, I've got work for you to do, right? You will be the focus of someone's attention in order to deliver what the divine is asking of you. So, like I said in the last reading, it might be that people are put in your path that need to hear what you've got to say, right? What you understand about the divine, what you understand about healing, what you understand about higher consciousness. These things will start be putting in your path. Now, this is not a moment where I want you to sit there and panic and go, well, like, you don't have to create a YouTube channel and be espousing higher consciousness values, though go forth and conquer. This energy says go forth and conquer. But if all that's happening for where you are in your journey is that you're encountering other people who need help, it's going, you're in the spotlight, right? Now, we are an 8-year, and 1 and 7, the 17 of the star, add them together, you get an 8. So what spirit is asking you to do this year is get with the rhythm of the cosmos, which is an 8-year, which is about enterprise and leadership and those who are building something, right? So on your mission as a twin flame, be prepared to stand in your journey with the things that you know so far. And you don't have to know it all. Just be prepared to share what you know so far with someone that needs your help. I hope that makes sense. Like, let's stay out of spiritual arrogance and understand that there's a mass awakening occurring, and there's so many people out there who are needing our support, our time, our love, and our attention in order to evolve and grow. Now, I noticed that the cards I normally use, oh, there they are for Divine Masculine. I was going, I hope I didn't leave them behind at the festival. But there they are, they're sitting, I've got them. Okay, let's have a look at how this energy is now going to push against Divine Masculine and see what kind of a reading we get for Divine Masculine. It's a very, very interesting energy, and I'm really not sure what this is going to bring. What we're seeing is essentially a dip back into deep energies, deep contemplation, and really, you know, backtracking through past stories in order to learn and grow. I mean, an Eight of Cups would be completely relevant to show up in what we're seeing. So let's see what the cards tell us. Let's have a look. Ooh, the Emperor comes in. Interesting. As the push from the universe. We have got the Five of Pentacles as the, that's what I'm talking about, feeling like isolated in the how they're showing up. In the soul space, we've got the Queen of Wands. In the challenge, we've got Queen of Swords in reverse. In the advice, we've got the Ten of Cups. And in the likely outcome, what are the chances? The Star, Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine on mission together. It's a really serious energy. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. One, two. Oh, look, Two of Swords comes out. A lot of matching energy there, isn't there? 5, 6. Okay. Oh, Divine Masculine, my darling. It's brutal at times, isn't it? Look at this. The Wounded Warrior, right? It's like, I won this battle, I won this battle, I won this one, I won this one, I won this one, I won all of these battles, right? And I'm so battle weary. I'm still in the fight. I'm still trying. Look at this. I want to transform the situation. I really, really do, right? What's left for me to do? How much more do I have to do in order to transform my situation into feeling like I'm in my blessings? Like, my gut feeling is going, it's like a point of going, like, how much fight? And what the magician needs in order to transform the situation is not how much fight. It's like, can you get all the elements right? Like, it's a balance. It's a game of balance. It's a game of having all of the right elements showing up in all of the right measurements at just the right time to turn the situation around. And poor old Divine Masculine, he's gone, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried this, I've tried that, and I'm just feeling really battle weary. Is it gonna change this time? This came out in the reverse, and it says, like, normally this is the energy in the upright. It's the energy of the pre-harvest, right? It's going, I've got my first pentacle, right? But I'm still waiting for the rest of my blessings to come in. And I get the feeling right now that Divine Masculine doesn't know what to add to the magician's, like, to the alchemy process. What do I add to the alchemy process to even get me to the point where I can see there's fruit on the tree? Like, it's kind of like they've run out of ideas or run out, and they're like, I really, really want to transform, but it just always seems to fall flat, right? And I'm exhausted from the process. I'm still in the fight. Look at him standing there with the wand. It's not that they're not in the fight, but they're really fighting to understand, what does it take to transform? Because this is going, I thought this was what was going to happen, but I'm sitting here kind of holding nothing, right? I can't even see the fruit on the tree. But look, I just can't get past how strong this magician looks compared to these two energies, right? These two energies just look defeated. But in that defeat, and this is an important thing to learn about frustration, right? Frustration is your friend. Frustration comes about because you don't know something. That's your brain signal to tell you that you don't know something and that you're about to learn something new. And, like, this is what I've got around this magician. He's like, I'm in frustration, but I'm not quitting. I'm about to learn something new, right? I'm going to learn something new. Frustration is my friend. I'm going to learn something new. By far, that is the most dominant character of those three. And it is major arcana, and these two are minor for sure. But like the strength of that energy is just really hitting me. And it's like going, I will figure out what it takes to change my situation from lead to gold, and I'm not out of the fight yet. All right. Yeah. See, I'm not out of the fight yet. Here, look. It's again, we've got these opposing school of thoughts, and I think there's a lot of that going on. It doesn't matter who you are, twin flame or otherwise. People are feeling like they've got opposing schools of thought, and they're fighting really, really hard to understand what to do next. They can't see the way forward, and it's about trusting your intuition and trusting your gut, and that can be a little bit challenging when you've got I keep getting this idea that people are in a repeat of situations, and when they were in this situation last time, for example, what they applied to the situation didn't bear fruit, right? What I applied to the situation last time didn't bear fruit. And so now I'm having to go back to the drawing board, and I've got plan A and plan B, but really what I'm looking for is what's the divine's plan. It's not, it's fighting between who's going to drive, the divine masculine or the divine. And here, as the Three of Pentacles, again, I always say this is a big twin flame card. To me, it's the divine masculine, divine feminine on mission, right? It's choosing to be on mission. But here, the fight is still on for them to know what that looks like, because they thought they had it under control, but now, to me, it appears like they're going, I thought I had this covered, but now I'm in a fight again as to what it looks like, and what I tried last time when I felt like this, it didn't bear fruit. So now I need to have another look at it and go, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to completely transform? Okay, now the push on the divine masculine, this is exciting to see, isn't it? It's the Emperor. But remember I said I wouldn't be surprised if I saw an energy like this. Our Emperor, this push on him is to say some words. The push on them is to be in control and feel like they have mastery over the journey, right? But how they're actually showing up is feeling like they're locked out of their blessings, because this feeling of wanting to be in control, there's a big difference between being an emperor and just being a boss. There's a difference between being an emperor and a dictator, and just, again, like this energy of moving into spiritual arrogance, right? Where you learn something new, or that you've been on a spiritual journey for a long time, and that somehow you think you're better than those who are coming up and learning. And maybe something in the divine masculine energy went, in this emperor energy, they took it too far, and started acting like dictatorial, or like bossy on some level, or thinking that they're all that because they'd evolved in their spiritual lessons, and where it's left them is out in the cold, or feeling like they're locked out of their blessings, or moved into an insular place where people aren't responding to their emperor energy. And what's in the soul space comes the Queen of Wands. Now, Queen of Wands energy, we talk about her as, like, I always look at her and see Kim Kardashian. What I want is what I get, right? So in the soul space, they have had some kind of evolution that perhaps has pushed them into a level of arrogance, which is really challenging, right? And they're going, I know these things, and I know I've got to do some things with these things, but why isn't it bearing me fruit? Why is it leaving me out in the cold when these spiritual ideas were supposed to bring me closer to my happy ever after, or my evolutions, or feeling like I'm supposed to do something with it? And see this out here, Queen of Swords in the challenge position. It's like they can't form a healthy argument to save themselves right now. It's like anytime they try to get their point of view across, it's like shut down, it's not being received, or there's some, like, I want to lean on the word. There's some degree of spiritual arrogance in the way this energy is moving, and because of it, it's leaving them locked out. But spirit is going, hope hope is not lost, right? Let's get back on track with what this was all about. The purpose of this love journey, or understanding these facets of love, understanding these facets of family, understanding the divine, and how the 5D is meant to anchor in the 3D. It is meant to bring you joy, right? It is meant to bring you joy. But as an emperor leading this energy, you can't shift it into arrogance as you move into new levels of understanding. It has to move into energies of Christ consciousness and understanding what it is to be a masculine leader of divine orientation, right? And that's a challenging energy to wrap your head around, because when you come through a spiritual awakening and you feel powerful in that voice and you're masculine, it's the balance between holding onto the lesson and not tipping into masculine energy that's going to take you off the path. It's a heart-centered masculinity, not a caveman masculinity. The star card comes out as the likely outcome. Spirit wants us all on mission, right? The spirit wants us anchoring the 5D message. Look, divine masculine and divine feminine, what are the chances they draw the same outcome? We're meant to be working together in partnership and delivering the message to people who need hope, right? The star is the message of hope. It is a message of being in the spotlight, but it is delivering hope, right? You're going to be the focus of offering a message, and divine masculine has to offer it, divine feminine has to offer it, and we can't tip into a space where we're arrogant about what we know and what we've achieved. It has to stay really humble and heart-based, or this is what happens. You get cut off. Your voice gets cut off, and you end up feeling disconnected from the journey, right? It has to come from a purely centered heart place, not from a selfish, I'm all that kind of an energy, if that makes sense. All right, let's have a look. What would divine masculine tell divine feminine if he could share a message? Let's have a look at that and see how that plays out. Straight away I'm like choked up, like they can't speak too much at the moment. I'm even finding it hard to shuffle a bit there. It's like the message is like choked up somehow. Shuffle cards, shuffle. Like, give us the message. Where are we at? No, it's sticky and it's choked up and it's a little bit gooey. Let's have a look. What would they tell us? Oh, I'm going to take them both. Yeah. We've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords in the push from the universe, how they're showing up the moon. We've got the soul space. We've got the Five of Pentacles again. They're feeling really disconnected. We've got the Magician in reverse. Like, this message is probably not going to be too much different from where we've been already in this reading. Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Three of Pentacles again. Wow, so many repeating messages, which is what tells us we can lean on it. The chances of getting the same cards out of 3 sets of tarot, they're like trillions to one to keep getting the same messages coming through. So you've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So they're really worried about how they're showing up in the world. Ten of Pentacles is actually a very masculine energy that aligns well with that Emperor, right? It says, I'm worried about how I'm showing up in the world. I'm worried about how I make my money. I'm worried about being able to provide. I'm worried about being able to protect. And look, it's causing me sleepless nights or disrupted sleep. Actually, Ricky can verify that. He said he's not sleeping well at all. Like, he's just not getting much rest at all. And it's like, you know, concerns over these kinds of things, worldly matters, right? As you move through spiritual matters, and divine feminine goes through this, has been through this, in going, how do I manage my day-to-day with my spiritual life? You know, sometimes we just want to go whole hog in on our spiritual life, but then, you know, the world is still beckoning at us to to, you know, do what we need to do. And here's spirit going, I need twin flames to be on mission. How do I balance all that? Divine masculine says, I'm having sleepless nights, worrying about how to pull it all together. The energy of the moon, I'm going to lean heavily on the eclipse season. It is upheaving a lot of people, and it's pushing them into disconnected spaces, right? Where they feel like they're cut off from their blessings, or they're having struggles to feel like they belong, or needing support and not getting it. And here, look at the challenge with the magician in reverse. They just don't know how to turn the situation around. They can't find the balance point, right? This came through in the first part of the reading, and it's here again in telling divine feminine, I don't know what to do next. I really don't know what to do next. I'm in upheaval. I feel alone. I'm not sleeping. I'm stressed. I'm worried. Spirit says what the advice is the Wheel of Fortune is to move like the divine feminine does, right? He's saying, I need my luck to change. I just need my luck to change. I need this wheel to move. And Spirit says, let me lead. Let me lead you, divine masculine, right? You learn all of these things about how I work and how I move and what I'm capable of doing, but you won't let me lead, right? You want to be the emperor, and I want you to be the emperor, but this is a dance of three. Right? It's a dance of three. It's divine masculine, divine feminine, and the divine all working together, right? And divine masculine has to play their part. And what I feel is being said here is, in all of my struggles, I feel desperately disconnected, right? Desperately disconnected, but being asked to change everything, to be different, to move my life 180 and let the divine lead, but I don't know how, right? Let's get a bit of Divine Love Oracle to round out this reading and see what we come up with. Oh, see, look at that. That just fell off the top. Oh my gosh. The Fool and the Two of Cups just flipped over as I went to pick those cards up. So this is it. It's take a chance on love, divine masculine. Take a chance on opening your heart up to your soulmate. Take a chance on working together. The three of you, the divine, divine masculine, and divine feminine. And look, even that's what that picture depicts. See it? The divine connecting divine masculine and feminine, right? That's what's being asked. And take a leap of faith. You've got to take a leap of faith, right? And do not get bogged down between 3D, 5D, and all of the pressures that comes with it. When you let the divine drive, right, you will not walk off the cliff. And divine feminine knows this now, right? I will not walk off the cliff when the divine is driving. Divine masculine is still figuring that out. All right, let's get some Divine Love Oracle and see what we come up with. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Always connected for divine feminine, the collective for the divine masculine, and tormented for the connection. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, right? See this, always connected. So we understand, divine feminine across the board understands that no matter the journey, right, whether you're in union, whether you're in separation, whatever part of the journey that you're on, you're always connected, and you will feel their energy down the wire, right? What we need to be understanding right now is we're all being called into the collective for the purpose of mission. This is the point. It's not, no matter where you are on your journey, no matter what you've learnt so far, this is the time where you are to help somebody else. You know, like when people come across your path and they're seeking something around understanding the divine, this is your time to speak, right? To anchor this 5D energy on the earth plane, the collect. It's divine masculine and divine feminine together, right? Always connected and part of the collective with a job to do. Now, here's the kicker on this one. See this energy? Tormented. I don't know if you click back and you see where I was at the start of this energy, right, of the reading. I was talking about people manifesting in front of me who are clearly being tormented by forces that are from the other realm, right? They're clearly, the more that 5D is anchoring on the planet, the more that the other side, for as many forces as there are good wanting twin flames to come together, there are forces trying to stop it, right? And that energy can be tormenting, right? Quite literally, look how they're messing with this. I don't know how well you can see it, but see how there's like demonic figures there, right? And they're there, like messing with her head and like trying to keep her. And that word there says tormented, and that is quite literally what happens. It's spiritual warfare, and it's let's read this here. See this? Not every spiritual being we can access has our best interests at heart, and in fact, a spiritual war is raging by necessity to push forces of good and evil. Every force at play is by design, and if we don't protect ourselves spiritually, a private war ensures to conquer our spirit. The divine tells us to take on his armor as we walk our journey. It is our best defense against the spiritual armies battling for our soul space. This is real. There is spiritual warfare at play, and you are going to encounter it. You've probably already encountered it yourself, and you'll encounter it in others. And we are to make sure that we have our best defenses on, and that's what Christ consciousness and higher consciousness, unity consciousness, gives us, right? And the collective needs to know it. And see this here, how the divine says, put my shield on, let me fight the battle on your behalf, right? These forces, like I said, there's as many that want us to come together as want to pull us apart. And if you don't let the divine lead your union, then the more likely scenario is it comes apart, and you feel like union is harder to achieve, and you will have that personal battle inside of yourself that can end up feeling tormented. The unions themselves will get tormented. That's a very heavy message to end this reading on. It's a serious one, and it's part of the reason why I come forth and speak to Twin Flames and go, this journey is not about the fluff and nonsense. It's serious spiritual battle. It's ascension, and you have to understand the forces at play to bring your unions online. Knowledge is power, my friends, and it's the fast track. Oh, look, and that's sitting on top of it. Ascension. Ascension is the fast track to union. Knowledge is the fast track to ascension. Again, if there's anything that's an ideal or a process that's out there that you go, I'd love to know more about it, and you think I can help, do let me know. And I am available for readings, and happy to help people one-on-one. I'm going to wrap my reading up there and say thank you for watching. If you watched so far, in faith, hope and love, it's bye from me for now.